Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Chainlink. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be linked in the top right hand corner of the screen. Now let's jump straight into the TA. Taking a look at the daily chart, we of course have pretty much a 1 year, more than a 1 year consolidation period here. So we dumped on May 12th in 2022, and since then we've been in the sideways channel. And you know, if you still haven't had the chance to buy into Chainlink, you haven't had a chance to research, this is your time. Chainlink is one of a few coins that hasn't actually had all that much volatility, because some tokens have done a 10x, a 20x, a 3x, a 2x from their May or 2022, May, June bottoms. Chainlink, on the contrary, has done the exact opposite. It just went into a sideways channel and basically consolidated for a whole year. Now, with these long consolidation periods, there are typically strong breakouts. Now, we are hoping for a break to the upside, obviously, but that doesn't mean that it is going to have a break to the upside just because we want a break to the upside, obviously. But that is what we're hoping for, because the project obviously has been stale for a year, and at some point this volatility has to come, because once Bitcoin starts pumping, at some point all the altcoins will follow. It can't be like this forever. So sooner or later, there is going to be a move to the upside. Now, that does not mean that we cannot see a move to the downside before that move to the upside. So it is still possible that we could come down here and retest $5.50. This is a major support level that we are hopefully going to hold. We held it back here in June 2022, in May 2022. So this is where I would be averaging into my position. I do have quite a few Chainlink coins, and I will be buying more as I get the opportunity with my next paycheck, because obviously I'm averaging into a lot of altcoins at the moment. All the buy alerts, as always, are going to be available on Patreon. So for now, what you can be doing is, if you zoom in and you take a look at the previous local low here, or for example, you take a look at this previous resistance that we have. So this green trend line here is a massive support level at $6.05. We retested it perfectly back in March. We were targeting this area, and from there we obviously saw a massive move to the upside, a 45% pump. So you could have entered this with us because we were targeting this entry. We were talking about this on the channel. And we had a little wick below that, obviously, but if you had your buy limit orders set up slightly above that level, you would have been filled, and you could have rode all this way to the upside, and obviously you could have taken profits, and you could have swing traded, whatever it is you were trying to do. So the important thing for us really is to hold this low, this December 2022 low, because some altcoins have started dropping below that. I would hope that Chainlink is going to be able to hold this support level, because if we end up dropping below that, we could be looking at further targets to the downside, obviously. So we don't really want to break below this sideways channel. If that were to happen, we could be looking at $4.84 as our major support level. You also have this yellow trend line here that was also acting as a resistance level back in March 2020, and we haven't come back down to retest it as support. So there's a few levels we could be eyeballing here. So $5.04, $4.84, those are some of the important levels for us to keep an eye on. So if you want to set up some buy limit orders above these support levels, and no one's going to stop you, that's going to be a smart thing. But truth be told, these levels are very cheap. This is very cheap for Chainlink. Remember, back in 2021, people would do anything to get Chainlink at $6, $7, $8, even $10 when we were trading at $50. So just keep that in mind. Remember how you felt during a bull market, just to ease. It's going to make it easier on you you're going to make it easier on yourself rather during the bear market, because once we're in the bear and everything is so low, you still refuse to buy because, well, it can go lower, but when it's the bull market, you're not going to be buying because it's going to be too expensive. So at some point, and I think by the end of the year, we're going to be sitting at higher prices. We could be looking at $17, maybe we even retrace to $13 by September/August, which is when I'm expecting to see a bull trap. So we could see a move of around about 100%. So a 2x from where we are right now to $13.22, which is a massive resistance level for us. We haven't back tested it yet. So I'm waiting for that to happen, and this could be the opportunity for us to have a very nice swing trade. We could come all the way up here to $13 roughly, take some profits there, and then buy back with a massive pullback. Now, obviously, while you're swing trading, you have to be very careful. If you don't know how to do that and you don't have any experience with trading, I would say just stay away from swing trading. Do not do that, because you're going to end up burning all your money and you're just going to sell at some point. The price will keep pumping. It's going to do a 10 to 20x. You're going to lose control. You're going to buy at the very top, and then the project is going to drop 70% in value. So I've been in these situations. Stay away from swing trading if you don't know how to do it. I would say just practice, watch a bunch of tutorials, read a bunch of books, learn how to control your emotions and remove them from your trading. That way you can start making some money. So that is what I'm looking at in September or in August. We'll see about this $13 price tag. Next up, if we jump into the daily RSI, what we're doing here essentially is, once again, we're coming back down to this pink support trend line at approximately the index of 38. We were targeting this quite a few times. We're seeing pullbacks below, as you can see. What we can do, just to make it a bit easier, we can add a support block from that low there all the way up to that low. So that's our first low there in November, and that's our second low there in December. So these are two important points of contact for us, and every single time you come back down to the support block, you have a move to the upside. We can actually extend this thing further out, and you can see how well it holds up even here, right? Even during May 2022, it held up quite nicely. So right now we just had our most recent bounce off this support block, and yeah, like I said, if you're gonna focus in too much on the price levels and on the RSI indexes and everything like that, you're just gonna miss out on the good buying opportunities. So when you see the price is very low, as it is right now, I would just recommend buying, because we are in the bear market still, and we still have a year away from the Bitcoins happening. So you have some time, guys. Don't panic, but don't let it, drag this out, because a lot of people are going to say, well, yeah, I'm going to start getting into crypto. And then by the midpoint during the bull market, they'll realize that, well, they're kind of late and they're not going to make as much money as we're going to make here on the channel because we're getting in early. Now let's switch over to the weekly chart. And before we continue with the video, I quickly want to touch on ExpressVPN. Now, do you like your privacy? Of course you do. So do I. That's why I choose ExpressVPN as my VPN, as it is the best VPN out there. And first and foremost, it is a privacy company. They do not keep any of your activity logs. So if you're using a Wi-Fi connection or really using any internet connection whatsoever, ExpressVPN comes in to save the day and protect you. And you can basically change your location to whatever country you want to be in at that moment in time. So let's say I want to access some streaming content that's not available here in Canada, and I want to watch some Japanese TV show. I can do that with ExpressVPN. Now, of course, you do get a 50% discount if you get the 12 months package, and you get a 3 months deal on top of that. So you get 3 months for absolutely free. So technically you're getting 15 months for the price of 12 with a 50% discount, which is quite the deal in my opinion. And of course, 30 days money back guaranteed. If you don't like something, you can definitely get your money back within the first 30 days, and the link is going to be down below in the description. Let's carry on with the video. Now jumping into the weekly chart, so here is our sideways channel. As you can see, we got all of these lows here. You can drag it down if you want to, if you really want to be specific about it. You can drag it to the downside. I just went for this low that we created in July, and we have a bunch of wicks to this area, as you can see. So it's really fine as long as you understand that this is a sideways channel and an accumulation phase. You don't really have to make it so specific. What we can also do on the weekly chart here is add a trend line. So this resistance trend line is something important to keep an eye on. Once we break above that, that could be a massive signal of a potential move to the upside. So if we're going to end up breaking the August high here and we're able to hold $8.72 as support, that is going to be a massive signal on the weekly chart. So hopefully we can break above the 55 EMA, break above the $8.72 area, and we should be good for continuation into September. Because if we don't do that and we stay like this, we stay in the sideways channel while Bitcoin's pumping, and for some reason Chainlink doesn't do well, yeah, I mean, we're basically going to expect a retracement to the all-time high and then a dump from there. But obviously that's not what we want to see. We want to see Chainlink succeed, and I think that Chainlink, if everything goes well, Chainlink could be looking at $96 and $132 in the next bull market. So from the bottom here that we printed in January 2023, that is a 1,621% to $96, and it is 2,300% to $132. Now that is pretty doable in my opinion. If you can see from the bottoms that you printed here in June 2018, you actually went up 30,000%, which is crazy. So having a 2,000% move to the upside is nothing, but you have to understand that this is a higher cap altcoin, so it's not going to do those 100x, those 1000 DGenX. So just be more conservative with this. I would say this is one of the tokens that you need to hold in your portfolio just to stabilize it, just to balance things out, because you want to have these higher caps just to protect your portfolio. And that is pretty much everything. If we take a look at the stochastic on the weekly, once again, we're sitting down here below the RSI, well, almost below the index of 20. So that's a good buying opportunity. The weekly RSI has been growing. So this is a bit of a divergence here that I'm seeing with the price action and the RSI, because you can see that the